Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Thursday night. It's the Radical Race Series SR10 Championship, round 6. I believe it actually is, from Daytona Roval. I am James Parfitt, going to be joined in the booth by Mr. Jim Cunningham here this evening. And once more, we're at Daytona Roval. Let's have a look at the championship currently as it stands. Well, this is with points from last week. Luke Maxwell's lead is down to 2. Simon Edwards jumps himself up into second. Luke Crowley in third. Then you've got George Gonzaga in fourth. Seth Brown, David Rolliston, Phil Glover, Michael LeMay, Wayne Nichols and Paul Clark round out the top 10. Paul LeMay in 11th, then Darrell Taylor, Dennis Parmaxis, Graham Matthews, Jamie Bird, Damien G, Robert Woodward and Richard Curry, last of the point scorers. What have we got to look out for? Well, there has been a couple of things for this week. One of the major things we're going to see is a rolling start. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, no Comic-Cons as we saw last time with the cars sliding down the bank in the last time we was here as well. One of the other things they've got to look out for, there's been a lot of chatter this week regarding the esports line at Turn 1. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently so. There is a esports line at Turn 1, and they have all been warned. This will mean that if all 4 tyres are over the white line in Turn 1, you can be protested, even though iRacing won't register an off-track. Now, one of the things I've got to look out for is what the blinking Nora is an esport line. I've never seen it before in my life. I don't even know what we're talking about. So we're going to jump on board with Simon Edwards and see if we can recognise an esports line. But let's bring Jim into the booth to see if he's ever heard of an esports line. Jim, what is an esports line?
Well, it's that white line running right there that where the concrete changes colors from dark to light. There's a white line there that a lot of the GTP cars run over it. You see that the white line here right there, right where the color change is. You can in the GTP cars especially, that's the fast line. It was last week at the 24-hour. So everybody was running that line in the big cars, not as much in the GT3s, but in the GTP cars they were swinging way out wide, all the way out to there's some orange cones out there. And so it's a big, wide, sweeping line, and then basically you come flying back in and rejoin the track right where it narrows down to a very small area. And so that caused some problems at the Daytona 24 last week. So they are here in the Radical Race Series. They're getting rid of it. They're not going to let people do that. Which I don't know if it would have been any faster in these cars. It definitely wasn't the GTP cars because you could carry so much more speed.
Why does it seem like, I don't know about anybody else, if you watch this at home, let me know. Every year at D24, there's something. Last year, we had the scandal of, I believe it was the Williams esports team below the yellow line during qualifying for D24. This year is the white line on the right-hand side of Turn 1. Just use the blinking racetrack, drivers. What are you up to? Stay between the white lines. Then we won't have any controversies. But it's every year. It's at every special event. Spa last year. Down the left-hand side of the grass on the Camel Straight to cool the tyres down. What is the issue, Jim, with drivers just staying between the white lines?
Hey, if you're not trying hard enough to make them, what they're doing, they're not breaking rules. They're writing rules. They're doing stuff that's loopholes in the system that will gain them speed until somebody writes a rule against it. And they've been doing that in racing for as long as they've been racing cars.
Why don't you just stay between the white lines and we won't have any dramatics? I've never seen anything like this with people willing to go and try and do something and drive off down here and go round there. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, I don't know. Stay between the lines, boys. Come on. It shouldn't even need to be written. Is it not common sense?
Well, I grew up around NASCAR, and those old boys were always famous for creating ways around the rule book that they end up getting caught. They write a new rule about it. So that's common practice. It has been as long as I can remember, and I'm sure it is at all. They're just looking for an advantage.
Oh, dearie me.
Yeah,
the
I'll tell
advantage
you what.
is how good are you on the racetrack. If you ain't that good, you got to cheat. Seems ridiculous. Not quite sure what Luke Crowley's up to here as we got it into qualifying. We're coming up with this evening's laps. We've got 8 laps for the sprint and 14 laps for the feature. We have got 14 cars on the race circuit at this moment in time. So do expect some major dramatics when it comes to draft. Draft, Jim, as we know in NASCAR here, is excessively powerful. It's going to be the same here. It's been the same in every single car that you ever put at Daytona, MX-5s, 86s, Radical SR10s. It doesn't matter. That draft is going to be meteoric.
Yes, and well, that's and these cars draft pretty decent anyway. So yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch that. It's again that wide line that they eliminated. That was probably part of their thought process, because you got a car carrying so much more speed that can take that wide line and literally carry 10 miles an hour more into turn 1.
That is just absolutely ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I will say this. I was driving a GTP car this week at Daytona, and that line was fun. Oh, yeah, everybody was doing it.
Jim.
But it wasn't illegal there, though. It was perfectly fine.
Jim. Jim,
it was fast.
Oh, Simon Edwards was so fast into that thing that he actually went and hit the wall. Jim, we have integrity up here in the JPB booth. Come on.
There was no rule against it.
Boy,
they're all over the place.
All of a sudden, Graham Brown there as well, as he's coming around that final corner. There you go, out of NASCAR 4 or 12 or whatever the corner number.
Graham's got his wheels all gold chromed up there. Those look good.
Yeah, it looks very beautiful as he comes into the normal racing line of turn 1.
Yes, that's
there
it
you
right
go.
there.
Look at that. Amazing.
Man.
He's come round as well. Anybody I'll jump onto, going to go round. Sorry, Michael, if this happens to you next, but I do deeply apologise. As Michael LeMay comes in at the same time. There you go, round turn 1 nicely. Well done, Michael. I'm proud of you. Luke Crowley's got to put himself onto second place. Robert Woodward is back this week and he's got some greens on the board. Luke Maxwell has also got a green and a yellow. We'll see what that upset is. Just coming into Le Mans chicane. Don't ask me why. I'm sure there's a perfectly good reason we've moved away from the bus stop to Le Mans. And then we're on to that run round turn 12.
Did they change the name of it?
Yeah,
they're called Le Mans chicane?
It's now called the Le Mans chicane.
Huh. Interesting.
Yeah. Reasons,
well, certainly...
I don't know. What reason? I can't give you, Jim.
You know what? I'm glad this racing line thing popped up. I love it when you get worked up about something.
Well, it's ridiculous.
No, you're fun to work with when you get worked up like that. It's awesome.
It's just ridiculous. Keep it between that line there on the right and that line on the left. It really ain't hard. Oh my
I'll tell you what, that turn seems hard. Well, we've seen about 3 guys go around right there, and of course, that's a tough spot. That's a tough turn.
Yeah, you've just
got
to be
so much speed.
Yeah, you've got to be sensible. That's the thing, isn't it? You know, carrying so much speed, get it hard on the brakes and get it rotated is always going to be tough. Let us know in YouTube chat if you know anything about this esports line. I knew nothing about it until I read that announcement earlier on. I didn't even know it was a thing, to be blatantly honest. But there we go. Let us know how, why, were you taking it, were you not taking it, were you doing a jimmer and being a little bit naughty by going out there? Whatever the story was, as Damien G and Michael LeMay go over the line together. Great job from them. Luke Crowley's going to come along and bang in 2 greens and 3 yellows. Does it move it up? Nope. It's a 141.235. Not his fastest time. Is Wayne McNichols going to make it over the line for his final lap? He is. Where is he going to put himself? Is he going to be any quicker than a 41.627? No. What about Jamie Bird? Nope. Jamie's doing pirouettes on the inside. So it's only Simon Edwards left. Is he going to make it? He did make it over the line. 1:40.72, so a little bit slower than his last lap. That will be it for qualifying, guys. So get ready to hold on to your hats, because I'd love to see these in a rolling start at the best of times. But also, somewhat comical of them all sliding down the banking when they're trying to get off for a standing start. But there we go. If you haven't seen it, it is in one of the playlists for the Radical Race series. I can't remember if it was last season, season before. Oh,
I've got to go see that. I meant to go check that this week. I'm looking forward to seeing that. That's gonna be hilarious.
Yeah, I'll have to try and find it and find out which season it was. It was a while ago. Right, here comes the grid for race number 1. Simon Edwards will be on pole position, then Luke Crowley in second. Luke Maxwell takes third place, then Paul LeMay in fourth. Then you've got Seth Brown, Wayne McNichol, Graham Brown, Jamie Bird, Michael LeMay, Phil Glover, Darrell Taylor, and Damien G. Next up would be Robert Woodward and George Jones. George didn't set a lap in qualifying, so I will be very surprised if he does start out on the race circuit. He is new this week. So welcome in, George. Thank you so much for coming to join us. But it's whether or not George is going to get out onto the race circuit. As I say, didn't set a qualifying lap. So we'll keep an eye out on that one. And we'll see if he is actually going to make it or not. We are just before Le Mans chicane. As you can see, the cars on the track map in the top right-hand corner, the yellow number 4, as we jump on to Mr. Edwards, who will be leading the way. So hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. Get ready for this, because this will be the first one and only rolling start. I cannot remember them having a rolling start before, unless Darrell's ever made a mistake with the setup of the session. Nope, not that I can think of. I'm sure there's been one over the last 2 years we've been here, but I can't think of any at this moment in time. But heat number 1 will be up and running and underway. And let's not forget, we are heading into an 8-lap feature, Jim. 8 laps for these guys to get this going.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. Especially apparently, track's slick today. They've been a lot of spinning out there, so yeah, it's gonna be exciting.
Yeah, it is. Temperature 27 degrees centigrade, so not drastic. If you can't do the maths, you normally double it, add 30 minus 2, apparently. I don't know how true that is, but if you can't do the maths, I will look at changing it and putting it in degrees Fahrenheit for you, because I can't do the maths either. There you go, it's 80 degrees. On that one. Right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages. Hope you sat back with your drinks, you got your popcorn. We're at Daytona. Everybody's been at Daytona this week, but we are decided to put the Radical SR10s here instead. So get ready. The car will, pace car there, or the Porsche up the front, will go into the pits, and then we will be up and running. Luke Crowley on the outside, Simon Edwards on the inside. Not quite sure who's going to have the better line or where he really wants to be, but it really, I would have thought, been on that inside line, because I can tell you one thing, the outside is going to be very, very tricky. But hey, you've got the esports line.
I was going to say the esports line out there.
The esports
so
line.
Seriously though, well, I believe the rule that they came up with is if all 4 of your tires go into the east, so they can still run
we are
wide.
Just about to get up and going. Here we go. Lights are going to be on. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, we are green, green, green. The heat number 1. You can see every body piling into turn number 1. Luke Crowley's round that outside line. He's going to sweep around the outside. He's going to have the inside if he can keep his foot in. Luke Crowley takes the lead from going round the outside of turn number 1. Edwards is looking for the inside into the international horseshoe. Not this time for Edwards. Maxwell's mounted on the outside of Paul LeMay. There's been a crash from Jamie Bird. In the back, Seth Brown is sitting in there at the moment in 5th, but it is Luke Crowley taking that whole shot, Jim, and is out in front.
That was a nice move by Luke. He just held. Oh, we got one off the track back there. But yeah, Luke did a fine job there on that outside move. That was a good move.
Yeah, it definitely was. Luke Crowley there did a absolutely stunning job. Went round the outside of turn number 1 and made it through. Wayne McNichol goes wide into turn number, where is that? 5, 6, 7. 6 and 7, isn't it, going down there? And then on
yes.
that run out of turn 8, Phil Glover still locked in there. Watch the draft. This is where we're going to see it now. This is where we're going to make it up. Simon Edwards is going to close up. It's going to be meteoric, Jim. The only thing they've got to decide is where they're going to be on that final lap. Where do you want to be on that final lap? And is it better you being in second or third? Because these guys further back are going to get a draft and a half, as Paul LeMay looks like he's just lost a couple of positions. Seth Brown and Graham Brown. The Browns are side by side at the moment as well. If you got two Browns, what do you get? Well, you get some great racing. There is Seth down on that banking, below Graham Brown at the moment. Now we're going into turn 1. Simon Edwards did take the lead there, Jim, as well. That draft too strong. Crowley had no answer.
Yeah, that's you definitely want to be in second place on the last lap, no doubt.
Yeah, these guys round now, coming into the International Horseshoe. There's Luke Crowley settling in at the moment. He's going to have that in line. Edwards is trying to goad him to take the lead. It's almost a to me, to you, to me, to you, to me, to you. If anybody's not heard of the Chuckle Brothers, where have you been for the last 30 years? Living under a rock, I clearly imagine, because that is from there. But you've got Edwards and Crowley, Brown and LeMay, and then you've got, guess what? You've got another LeMay tucked in. You've got Michael and Paul side by side. Phil Glover is in the mix as well. He's sitting in 8th, up 2 places. Let's have a look at the back at the beginning. What happened to Jamie Bird? He's on that inside line coming into the International Horseshoe. What happened? Did he just go in too quick? He did. Lock the brakes. Round he goes, stamping on the brakes to try and get it stopped. Gets it out the way. Good job, Jamie Bird, there as well. Excellent move from him.
Nice move to get it off the racing line there. That could have ended his day, you know, put him in a really bad spot. So that was a good save there.
Seth Brown takes over the position from Graham Brown. You've got Michael LeMay being chased by his brother. Now, let's hope this doesn't get awkward, because if it does, I can tell you one thing. LeMay birthday, Christmas and Easter dinner is going to be the most awkward thing in the world. But we've got the leaders. Crowley again coming in. Is he going to look at taking over from the lead of Edwards? He goes up high. He's out of the draft. He doesn't even want to think about it. The Browns, well, they're still fighting out side by side. The LeMays pulls in front of Michael as well. The draft is just going to keep everybody so close, Jim, that I think it ain't going to matter where you are in the lead.
No, it's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of swapping positions like that. My curiosity is it going to be enough to keep some of the cars that are maybe a half a second off the pace, but if they, you know, tug on the draft, they can stay up closer with the lead cars, you know. It'd be interesting to see. I'm curious about that.
Yeah. Luke Maxwell has gone off track. Where did he go? Was he the car spinning at turn 1? He was on the first lap.
Yeah.
Oh, and then into the wall. Luke.
Yeah, he just overshot it, right? He just missed his braking point there, I guess. Locked him up.
Absolutely. And unfortunately,
well, I'll tell you what, that's so easy to happen right there if you don't have your brake bias set right. On those cold tires like that, they'll lock up on you so fast. I
think the thing is as well is it's knowing where you are. The problem is whenever you're following somebody, I always brake when their brake lights come on, right? Regardless if I normally brake later. Because if I brake later than them, well, that happens. So I normally brake if we're on the first lap and I'm stuck in traffic, that I normally will wait until their lights come on before I brake. So if their lights come on, then I'm going to brake. Now, Crowley and Edwards are side by side. Crowley's already made this outside line work again. Is he just teasing Simon Edwards? It does look like he is. What about Seth and Graham? Well, they're just teasing each other as well. Michael must have had a mistake because he's just lost a place to Darrell Taylor. And Taylor's now closing in onto the back of Michael. Crowley and Edwards still nose to tail. Bird and Glover are another two that are just swapped positions at the same time. Jamie Bird has just passed Phil. He's just about to go up the inside of him. There you go. He's going to go through. on that one. But this is the thing you talked about. When we were talking about certain circuits, we talk about Nords. And when we say about going into the draft, now it doesn't matter at Nords if you're leading for 5 laps. If you're not leading on for the final lap, you're a loser, right? You know, and the reason you're not going to lead is because that dotting a hoe is so long. Here is the same scenario. You've got this long sweeping first set of turns into the Le Mans chicane, and then long sweeping corners coming back out again. It's not going to make a difference where you're at. It's almost like playing Russian roulette on the last lap though, Jim, because you might not be able to make it work.
Yeah, and if you make the move too early, there's still time for them to get you on the next straight headed for the start-finish line. You literally have to hold it in second place until that last, around the tri-oval there and make your move to win the race. Otherwise, they can come right back on you.
Yep. Can't go early. What's Crowley going to do? Is he going to go to, what's the situation here? Again, through past the NASCAR Geico restart zone. Crowley's not going to make that move. The Browns and Graham Brown and Paul LeMay. LeMay sweeps through. What's going on further back with Darrell Taylor and Michael? He's going to run that inside line, and Michael LeMay should get that position away from Darrell Taylor. Phil Glover didn't jump Jamie Bird. Robert Woodward did not pass Damian G. So at the moment, there's a little sort of holding pattern here. It's almost like we're controlling aircraft, Jim, and we've got them in a holding pattern.
Well, yes, but if you look at that timing and scoring tower there is good racing from top to bottom. There is a race at every position, just about. I mean, this track breeds this kind of racing, and I love it. I love this track.
We have one person driving around on their own, and that's poor old Seth Brown. It's 5 seconds to Crowley, 2.2 to LeMay. He has not got the comfort, though. That is Mr. P. LeMay, because he's got Graham Brown, Michael, and Darrell Taylor all going to be closing in. I don't think Crowley wants this. We'll keep an eye on his speed on the right-hand side. I reckon he's going to lift here. I reckon going through this next section, he'll lift, because he will not want to take that lead.
Yeah, I think that's why he's pulling out and getting out of the Simon Edwards draft. I think, like you said, he doesn't want it right now.
No. Let's just have a listen a minute. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Big lift.
Yeah, big lift. Yep, and then he sticks his nose out there. Apparently he likes that wider line coming in. Which I understand. It's a lot easier to get the car slowed up without it getting all squirrely on you on that wider line. That's probably why that esports line took off, because you can carry more speed in there and it gives you more room to get the car slowed down.
Oh, Darrell Taylor in Le Mans chicane. Oh, that's a slow down all day.
Oh, no! And
just,
then a spin.
Yeah.
Oh!
Spin for Darrell Taylor, and unfortunately Paul LeMay's been off the side of the circuit. Darrell's, he's lost line, Mr. Paul.
Unfortunately, he didn't take a benefit from the esports line at all there.
No.
That won't cost him anything except for time. There's no penalty there.
Taylor did it. Yeah, Taylor did it again. Round he goes. Unfortunately.
Yeah.
So Taylor's right down the back end of the field, sitting in 11th place at the moment. Mr. Paul LeMay has got Mr. Bird tucked right behind him. These front two are still continuing to be backwards and forwards. And again, Crowley is not looking to take this lead away from Simon Edwards. He does not want it at the moment. When does he want it, Jim? When?
About the tri-oval of the last lap. That's about where he's make his move at. But I've got faith. I've got faith in Luke Crowley this week.
Because you have to. He called you out in the Discord. You have to have faith in him.
He did. He called me out on the Discord, said that I did not have faith in him last week. And I told him I have seen the light now.
My only fear, and I will say this now, I have seen this before in this very series at Road Atlanta. A certain driver sitting down in 13th at the moment is Mr. Luke Maxwell. Tried this very thing on Simon Edwards going down from turn 7 to 10A at Road Atlanta. He waited till the last lap. What happened? He got a poor exit out of turn 7, couldn't make it work. He had opportunities all the way through the race to get that lead. He made one mistake on the final lap. Simon Edwards took the win. Is Luke Crowley playing the lottery now, Jim, or is he playing with fire because he doesn't want to get burned, and he certainly might not win certainly end up winning £25 million?
Well, I think that you have, if you don't get a good exit here coming out of the the Le Mans chicane. Now I didn't even know they changed that. The benefit is here, the draft is so strong and you're carrying so much speed that he's going to have a little more time to recover here than you would at Road Atlanta. This, if you're within a second, you're going to be in good shape here.
I can't see it. If he doesn't get that run out of Le Mans absolutely spot on, he could have just thrown race number 1 away. Don't forget, they are literally only 2 points? 2 points apart in the championship, and Crowley's only 4 points back from Maxwell. Maxwell could be his drop week, but look, your chances, your luck, Luke Crowley. Final lap of the race. Edwards is going to be a wily old fox. What is he going to do? Simon Edwards, I can tell you now, after watching this guy for 2 years or more, he will pull out everything. You will see obscure racing lines to try and put Crowley off. He knows he's in a dangerous position, and he will literally defend, and he will do stuff that is a little bit bizarre. Almost at one point, he could make a mistake accidentally, of course, and Crowley could end up going through, which would lead to Edwards to get the win. But watch this all the way through. He's not going to come up and go straight onto the racetrack. He'll run that baseline as much as he can, hoping Crowley puts him off. Straight up, there you go. And now watch, he's got the exit out. He's going to bolt and see what Crowley does. It'll be all about the next chicane here, Jim.
Yeah, it's all going to be how they get through this chicane right here. But I tell you what, I would much rather be sitting where Luke Crowley's sitting than I would Simon Edwards.
Well, watch this. Edwards has got to get a run. Crowley's got to get a run. Crowley didn't get the greatest run, but he should have enough. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. It's going to come down to this. Is the final run down to the line. It should be, in theory, Luke Crowley's. Edwards is going to take the shortest route. He's going to send Crowley high. He's running the yellow line. I told you he's going to play a game. It is Crowley by a skin of the teeth coming over the line. What's going to happen here with Jamie Bird and Paul LeMay and Graham Brown? Brown's got this one. Bird's in there as well. Glover comes over the line in 7th place. And you got Wayne McNichol, Robert Woodward. Told you he's going to play a game there, Jim, and do as much as possible.
That was about the best move that he could make to try to hold on to that lead right there. He did a fantastic job, and Luke did get by him, but not by much. Not by much at all.
I agree. He had to do that. Had to. Because if he didn't, and if
anybody's questioning, going below the yellow line is perfectly legal to make a pass down there or to defend your spot down there. That's no problem. Nothing illegal about that.
Okay, here are the results from race number 1. Crowley wins by 0.012. Seth Brown takes to 3rd place. Graham Brown gets into 4th, and then Paul LeMay and Michael LeMay 5th and 6th. Then we've got the Browns, the LeMays. Then we've got Phil Glover, Wayne McNichol, Robert Woodward, Darrell Taylor, Damien G, Luke Maxwell. Oh, poor run from Luke for this one. And then you got Simon, and considering that you got Edwards and Crowley, his 2 championship rivals at the top, and he's all the way down in the bottom. Then you got Jamie Bird further down, and then to finish off, you got George Jones, who did not take to to the track. But a great run there from Seth Brown. Right, let's see how much longer we've got of warm-up. I was going to bring old Phil in, but I've only got a minute left, and that ain't long enough. But there we go. Hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because we are going to have race number 2 very, very shortly. So it literally will be in about the next 55 seconds time. There's a 2-minute counter between each other. Great win. Crowley did what we predicted.
Yeah, no, that was perfect. I'm sitting here looking at the thing, and like you said, all I can think about is poor Luke Maxwell. I mean, he literally missed the inversion and everything. What I mean, he's just in the worst spot he could possibly be in. This is going to have to be a drop week for him. It's going to have to be, which is unfortunate because this is the kind of track, where you could usually, if you're a fast driver, usually get a decent finish. And here he's struggling and end up going to have to drop this week. And then, it could potentially fall to a much tougher circuit, which is unfortunate.
It does look like he might have to, but they do get a couple, of course. In fact, if I'm not mistaken, I think it's still free here as well.
That's good.
I will have to just double check, but I'm pretty sure it's still free drop weeks on this one. If I'm not mistaken, as I scroll rather quickly. Yes, free drop rounds. Still do get free. Right, let's bring you up the grid for race number 2, top 10 reverse, and it will be not Wayne Nickel on pole. It will be Darrell Taylor on pole position with Robert Woodward in second, then Wayne Nichols and Phil Glover, Michael LeMay, Paul LeMay, Graham Brown, Seth Brown, Simon Edwards and Luke Crowley, top 10 reverse, of course, then Damien G, Luke Maxwell. The only good thing for Luke Maxwell is he's right near his rivals, Jim. Jamie Bird, George Jones finishes off. I don't think George is going to make the start of the race. He didn't race in race number 1, and I don't think he's going to race in race number 2. That's the saving grace for Luke Maxwell in the orange there. He's right behind his championship rivals, the yellow are Crowley and the famous pink and purple Simon Edwards.
Yes, the unfortunate part is he didn't get any points from the first. He didn't get the same kind of points from the first race that they did, so... that's the unfortunate part. He is with them now, and if his car is okay, if his car was fast, then he should be able to follow him through the field here.
My fear is he might not be able to follow him through the field because everybody's getting the draft.
Well, that's true. That's going to be interesting. Seeing the fast guys, if they can come through this field with the draft and everything. It'll be interesting to see how that works out. Yeah. Absolutely. Well, let's see what the front runners are going to be able to do. Let's see what Edwards and Crowley's going to be able to do. If they are going to make this work, well, we've got a feature race, and they have not got long. We've got 14 laps, which means Simon Edwards has got to make at least 9 or 10 passes to clear the guys in front of him. Of course, there's one man that may not want that to happen, and that could be good old Wiley Fox, Luke Maxwell. But ladies and gentlemen, here we go. People of all ages. Whoa! Phil Glover! You got your feisty Brox on this evening as he starts hurtling down there into turn number 1. Glover on that outside line. Darrell Taylor's got the inside. Woodward's got that outside. In the inside is Wayne McNichols, and then Phil Glover has lost that place to Paul LeMay. Woodward's on the outside. He did lose places in the end. He's down 2 already. Darrell Taylor out front. Seth Brown. Oh no! Yeah, Seth Brown again.
Where are you going? Is he going to get it stopped? He did get it stopped. But Darrell Taylor takes the whole shot into the International Horseshoe, and he's out in front at the moment. Paul LeMay, got past Wayne McNichols. Great job from Paul. He's up 4 places already.
Yeah, he is. That's he flew through there. That was interesting.
I don't know what Phil was up to.
Phil was trying to get him a run there.
I think
he just mistimed it.
Yeah, I think he was holding for everybody to go, and unfortunately for Phil Glover, nobody went anywhere. So there we go. Crowley's at the back. He's got Graham Brown in and around him. Maxwell at the same time. Crowley had to do that, otherwise he was going to be in deep trouble. LeMay's got the inside run to Darrell Taylor, heading down now into Le Mans. Wayman Nichols has sent it 3 wide. Oh, dearie me, big and brave and pick him up, son. Whoa. I can tell you that much. Stick him in your pocket and go for a run with him, Wayne. Through he goes. Big brave Wayman Nichols.
Man, he had a run there, and he did a good job slowing that car down. Look at Paul. He's not going to take that, though.
Nope. Taylor's not going to have it either. Go on,
Paul
son.
LeMay has taken the lead in this race in less than a lap.
God, I thought Darrell was going to send it 3 wide. He's strewn of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All in the pack. Oh no!
Oh no!
It's going to block the road. Graham Brown's gone round. Oh, they blew Maxwell.
Oh my goodness!
No! And that all stemmed from this. Darrell Taylor on the outside line. McNichol hits LeMay. LeMay goes round. Taylor's lost. Nowhere to go. And then Graham Brown goes round and absolute rifles Luke Maxwell. Oh, ladies and gentlemen.
Man.
Watch the red car on the inside. Oh, he gets hit from Luke. And then hits him. Oh, okay. So it's a little bit of karma. There we go.
Yeah.
As Luke tapped him and around he went. But Edwards is out in front with Crowley in second. Where have we seen this? Absolutely bonkers.
Oh my gosh, how did that even happen?
Well, here we go. We're going to go up on board with Simon Edwards after all of this drama.
Where did he go?
There's the emissions. He goes on the inside.
Nice.
Crowley following through, he did. And then Edwards must get Michael LeMay, Robert Woodward. Oh, Robert, you left the door wide open, son. Gee whiz, Batman. And through went Simon Edwards.
Wow.
That was rapid and weird and, oh, go on, 4 wide. Go on, 4 wide. It's going to go 4 wide. Oh, not that I'm encouraging, but go on, Seth, do it. Here we go.
Send it.
Send it, we are 4 wide. And ladies and gentlemen, we got 4 wide Radical SR10 to Daytona. Oh, as briefly as it was, we got LeMay and Bird. Oh, Jim, this is like my heaven.
This is great.
Oh
no!
You side-little swiper, Jamie Bird.
Oh, I don't know. That might have been Paul. That might have been Paul LeMay there that kind of popped into him, I think.
Wow, we've just seen our first 4 wide at the Radical SR10s at Daytona. And I've loved every minute of it here. Absolute barnstorming racing. We've got Edwards and Crowley. Crowley's out in front by about 6 tenths. He's just there down the road. Michael LeMay has got Paul right behind him. He's got Bird, Woodward, Brown, Taylor, and also Damien G from that Red Sport rocked in behind that. Graham Brown's not too far back. He's got Phil Glover and Wayne McNichols. Luke Maxwell has called it a day and said, nope, not today. It's not my day. But Paul and Bird, side by side, they want to separate this situation, Jim, going into that Le Mans.
Well, yeah, they're running down there 3 wide, too. Look at
Paul.
Michael's sitting on his brother.
Oh,
he's lost it. Oh, no.
Michael LeMay.
My goodness.
Oh,
okay, so Paul LeMay is sitting in 3rd spot after he spun in that turn 1 incident and went all the way to the back of the field. And in a lap and a half, he's back. He's all the way up to 4th place right now.
Yep.
And he's challenging for 3rd.
Yep, Simon Edwards, 41-4 there. He ain't going to want to go anywhere. LeMay's hard on the brakes. Brown's hard on the brakes. Woodward just nearly got that all wrong. Taylor's trying to get him as well here. It's all getting very... Oh, Darrell Taylor got
Taylor.
A big old wiggle. Oh, Paul's come round again.
What? Paul. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, brother. You go round, you battle back, you go... Oh, no,
He turned.
Did he miss the turn?
Did he give us a wrong turn?
Or did he have an issue? I do wonder if he's had an issue because he's had to jump straight back to pit lane now.
Oh, yeah, he must have.
So I'll give him a little message and find out if all was good there, because I do wonder that's not a normal move. Glover taking on G. Glover's got McNichol in behind that. and Jamie Bird in that with Seth Brown, and the leaders are still together. I will try and get hold of Mr. LeMay and find out what that situation was.
I bet you he must have had some kind of equipment problem or something, and he dove off to keep from plowing into people in that turn, maybe.
Yeah.
Because it clearly looked like he turned the car there intentionally, and then he immediately tows back to the pit. So clearly something was wrong.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
I do believe something could be up there. I will do some digging and see if I can find out what went on there.
Man, somehow or another, Simon and Luke have checked out on the field, though. They are 5 seconds ahead of third place.
Yep. Luke Crowley, Simon Edwards, absolutely flying. We've got this gaggle. Woodward, Glover, G and McNichol, none of them really know where to go. Brown's in front of him. Oh. Wayne completely misses it.
That's so easy. That is so easy to do there, man. That is so easy to do right there.
Yeah, that is just literally a unfortunate incident. But it's almost like tunnel vision, isn't it?
Well, you're just carrying so much speed, and you can't perceive because it's so wide open right there. Because the track, you got that whole oval, you got the whole regular NASCAR track. It's just so wide. Yeah, it is like tunnel vision. You just don't have a perception of how fast you're going right there, and it's usually a lot of times too fast, and that can happen to you so easy.
Yeah, absolutely.
Lucky he didn't spin. Usually the result of that is the back end comes around on you.
Yeah. But this is the battle for the lead here at the moment, and it is literally all kicking off. Crowley and Edwards. Edwards is going to do exactly to Crowley what Crowley did to him.
Absolutely, he's going to ride right there in second place and said, "We're going to play that game in reverse this time." Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, I bet you we don't see him challenge for the lead until the last lap.
No, Darrell Taylor's like, well, it ain't even the last lap, but I'm going for it. God, Skittles. Through he goes there. Taylor or Brown. Brown's going to settle in behind him now. Once more on that run down through the tri-oval. Graham Brown pulls back out and seeing what goes on. On board with Taylor. Is Brown still on her outside? There he is, high and wide. Taylor's coming in. Is he going to be able to settle this into turn number 2? Where did Graham Brown go? Did he go through? No, he stayed in behind us. Bird is alongside Brown at the moment, and he's just gone through. There's action all the way through this. This is insane.
Yep, almost every car has a little car group back there, and they're all fighting together.
Yep.
And then you got that one little gaggle of like 4 of them that are kind of running together there for a while. I love it. This is good action, man. Daytona breeds this kind of racing, which is, it's fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Through the left-hander we go. Turn 7.
Hanging it out there. No, I was just saying, you look at this track and you don't, from, like an aerial shot or something, it doesn't look like the most impressive road course in the world or anything, but it does breed exciting racing, and there's something to be said for that. There's a reason that this place is so popular.
Yeah, it definitely is. The 2 leaders are down there. You can just see their silhouettes, the yellow of Crowley on the left-hand side of Brown into Lamont out the other side. Bird was a bit scared then. He jinked a little bit more to the right in fear of this, but let's take and listen this time to Simon Edwards. Absolutely.
Oh yeah,
it's like vice versa, isn't it?
Yeah, he's just up there coasting, not even really trying to stay out of the draft. He didn't want to suck up to him,
Yeah.
Look at these 3 here going, hey,
I don't think these 3 are caring.
No, they're having fun.
Yeah, they've just gone 3 wide again. McNichol's just sent it 3 wide. They go, look at this. Wayne McNichol, is he going to get both? Sweeps around the outside like a road sweeper picking up the garbage. Go on, Wayne. Through he goes, son. And off he leads up into 6th. Oh, Taylor did come back at him. It looks like Phil Glover's out of drama.
Wayne wiggled there at the end and lost all that he gained.
Oh, Wayne McNichols. Unfortunately, Phil Glover has had a moment.
Oh, Phil.
Phil. Oh, I've seen this before, coming into turn 2. Oh, he's another one that's pulled up the... What's going on?
Oh, I wonder if that's...
He ain't back in the pit lane. But let's not forget, Phil does drive in VR with a motion sim.
Yeah.
So, you know, anything can be going on in Phil's car.
Yeah, well, the VRs are still, they're great, but they're still unreliable at times. You know, that's why you don't see the top professionals use them right now.
Yeah, you've just, unfortunately for me, whenever if I use...
Oh, no!
Graham Brown! Wow!
Wow, man.
He got this exit
wrong.
It.
Yeah, bad wrong, yeah.
Oh, dude. Bosh.
Took a little too much of that curbing and unsettled his car, and he couldn't turn it.
Yeah, G's still got Woodward in behind him, and Nichols still side by side with Darrell Taylor. These guys have just been at it for most of the last few laps. They've swapped 3 times already. Paul LeMay's back out again, albeit a lap down at the moment. I'm hoping he's okay. Crowley and Edwards I don't really need to look at until the final lap because they're not going to change. The same possibly with Bird and Brown. I think if Bird's got the smart head on, he will just stay there. But it's here. Wayman Nichols and Darrell Taylor kind of ain't got the same ambitions as everybody else.
Oh, man, they're having fun. That's why not, you know? I mean, swapping positions back and forth every lap, going 3 wide into turn 1. Poor Graham Brown, man. I'm missing him in this trio right here. They were so much fun to watch.
Yeah.
That was the best action on the track every lap.
It was, but I don't think McNichol's not going to give us any different here. I think he's going to go for it over the Skittles of Darrell Taylor. It is just going absolutely insane, this battle. Through he goes, take that inside. Oh, Taylor took the inside. Side by side again. McNichols and Taylor. McNichols going to sweep around the outside. Yes. No.
Oh, he lost it.
Oh, no. That's a slowdown and a half for Wayne McNichols.
Huge. That is a huge slowdown, too. They don't play on that one.
He needs to stay out of the draft. Otherwise, that slowdown ain't coming off. He's going to have to hit the brakes. What about Brown and Bird? Well, Brown's trying to play the to me, to you. Bird's going, no, I am not silly there, Mr. Brown. What's he going to do, Jamie Bird? Oh, he did take up the mantle.
Too much, too much.
Yeah. But then that almost looked on purpose.
Yeah, well, again, that's, you know, just carrying just a touch too much speed in there. Like, it's so easy to do, though. I can't even tell you in practice for the 24-hour how many times I did that last week.
Yeah. See, if I was Bird, I'd sit there. They're not. The thing is, they're not. No disrespect to both of these drivers. I love both of them, but, you know, and I just think at the moment they're not going to catch the leaders, right? They're 7.2 down the road. But but I do think, to grab third, Bird's got to be in fourth. I know this might sound crazy, but I think he has.
Yeah, well, we still got. I think they're having fun. I really do. I think that they right now are enjoying this racing where they're passing each other and passing each other back. I mean, that's a lot of fun. You know, and I think right now they're probably not. I mean, I'm sure they may be thinking, "Hey, on lap 13, I want to be behind him," you know, but I don't. Or lap 14. But I think they're just having fun. Yeah,
I believe they are.
I mean, this is everywhere on the track. I mean, you got guys passing each other, except for up front. Those two are towing each other around.
Edwards is doing this. Look, he's not even there. He doesn't want to be there. Crowley's trying to slow up. Edwards is slowing up more. You know, while Bird and Brown are just like, yeah, let's have it, baby. This Bird's going to try and sweep around the outside of turn number 1. Is he going to be able to make it through? No, Bird gets it. What about McNichols and Taylor? McNichols just got to go through, I think. Yep, he has gone through on Taylor. Taylor's settled right in behind him. Now we've got G, Michael, Woodward and Paul. Paul's a lap down, but I'm sure they don't mind him having a little bit of a ding-dong. You can see the groups there. That was Brown and Bird. Then you got Taylor and McNichol. Then you got Michael and G. Taylor's just made a move. Jim, there's action everywhere. I can't cope with this.
It's great. That's just what it's all about right here. This is by far the best action I've seen since I've been covering this series. They are racing everywhere.
Absolutely. They are having an epic little ding-dong. You can see it now.
Well, I thought he was going to dive him right there.
Oh, I think he'd be crazy.
That's another tough turn, though. You can,
Turn 7.
make a run right there.
Oh,
Yeah, you can
bro,
make a run there.
turn 7's a horrendous turn if you get it wrong. Absolutely horrendous. You're just going round. Well, you're going round. Here we go. McNichol's gone again. McNichols has gone again. He ain't hanging around here. He's not loving it. There we go.
Yeah, this cost him last time, though. He tried to go on the outside.
Yeah, but, you know, just go for it, innit? Do you know the worst thing is? McNichol must have had a stonking slowdown, and he still managed to get back in front of Taylor.
Yeah, that draft. That draft is so strong.
Oh, Bird sent Brown below the yellow. Oh, he let him through. No way he was hassling that.
Well, another rule for anybody who's watching that maybe doesn't know this. Oh, no!
Jamie Bird! Get it over the curb. Get it going. Get it going. Taylor's coming.
Oh, Lord, he's going to fall back into this battle.
Oh, lordy. You don't want to be involved in this.
No, this is a good battle, too.
They're just going at each other. Taylor's going to go up the inside of Bird. Bird's leaning on Taylor. Taylor's leaning on Bird. Oh, there's the leaders. Exactly the same position they will be for another 3 laps until the very final turn. But I can tell you one thing, Bird is under pressure.
He's trying to hold him off, man.
Oh, gee whiz, Batman.
You know he's mad at himself for spinning. And on top of that, now he's got these two dogs nipping at his heels back here.
Yeah. You can see now, watch Taylor. He should close right into Bird now. McNichol needs to just settle in. 2 goes faster than 1, which doesn't make some sense to some, Jim, but that's how the draft works sometimes, especially at Daytona.
Yeah, if they didn't keep pulling out on each other and passing.
Yeah.
If they wanted to hook up and run for a couple of laps, they could, push forward. But because that's the thing that Luke and Simon are doing up front. They're just staying right behind each other, so they're actually just pulling away. I mean, they're not doing this, but this is fun. I love this.
Absolutely.
Jamie seems to have gotten away from him just a little bit.
Oh, he's literally there. I can't see us away, Jim.
Well, he's not running 3 wide in there with them. They'd love to.
I can tell you one thing. Taylor sat in the car kicking.
That was Michael LeMay, I think. Yeah.
Robert Woodward.
Oh no, Woodward's around back there. Holy cow!
Oh, that was all on his own. What did Michael do? I think Michael coming sideways here.
Yeah, I think same thing. Just he saved it.
Oh no, that was the last lap. I want to see it this time.
Oh, no.
Here we go. G.
Oh.
So G locks up, and then LeMay locks up. All LeMay's in behind, and poor old Robert Woodward went round. Now, he's talking about Jamie Bird. He has escaped by 1.2 seconds at the moment. These two are still...
That's because they're fighting so hard.
Yeah, I know, but why not have a ding-dong?
It's great. I love it.
This is amazing. I could go to Edwards and Crowley, and they're exactly the same position because they haven't moved one bit. But you've got to think, these two, if they hadn't done this, they would have been fighting with Jamie Bird. But they have done this, and now they're not. Oh, through he goes. It's good.
This is so good.
I know.
So good.
McNichol just doesn't care.
I love it.
Absolutely does not care whatsoever. Literally, for McNichol, he is just going full
Here it comes again.
ball, ding dong, 3 wide. Here we go. It's going to go on the outside. He don't care. McNichol,
He loves that outside line.
I know, and he makes it work. That's the scary thing. There you go.
Oh, he's carrying a lot of speed right there.
Gotta get it stopped. Get it stopped. He did. Is he going to be able to hold on the exit? McNichol's looking up the inside for the International Horseshoe. Just... Well, he didn't make it through. Right, now, This is where I'm going to sit. Oh, there's been a... Who's that? Oh, it's Phil Glover out of the way. Phil, you don't have to go that far, dude. You could have got round turn 7. They would have overtaken you. Taking a bit of a wide line there, Mr. Glover. Right. Oh, your exit was poor, but you're lucky you were surviving with the draft. Look at the left-hand side. The first number on Simon Edwards, 6 temps, 5 temps. Look how quick it comes down. He survived that purely because of where we are. If this was any other racetrack, I don't think he would have survived that.
Nope. Oh, yeah.
This is where it's going to be a lift and a coast now. Let's just have a listen for this run round into turn number 1 from Simon Edwards' point of view. That literally answers your question.
Yeah, he's on and off the throttle all the way around.
Yep, feathering all the way through. He did not want that whatsoever. Oh my God, these two are still going.
I bet you his throttle didn't sound like that right there next lap.
Or like Wayman Nichols.
Wayne loves that outside line, though, man.
He's
I
trying
love
it. He's trying it now on the last lap.
He loves it going into the old bus stop, the Le Mans chicane. Watch him. He's coming right now there, I bet you. Oh, we're going to see some good action on this lap right here.
Yeah, good luck with catching it all. That's all I can say.
I know, right?
All right, here we go. Edwards is a second back, mind you.
That's a little further than I think he wants to be.
Yeah, but
he's all right. He's good.
He's got this draft. There you go. 8-5, 8-4, 8-3, 8-2, 7 gone. You're going to be down to 6 very, very shortly. 6 is like playing 5. He's going to be coming 4. He's going to be closer. 3. He's going to get really close. He's got to get it out of this, though. This is the area for Edwards. He looks like he's got a bit of a run. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of all ages, here we go. This is a Simon Edwards, Luke Crowley. Crowley slowed up. Crowley slowed up.
Crowley gave it to him.
Gave it to him, but now he's going to come back at him.
That was a great move. Come on now.
Edwards has got the hope. He's got to have that overspeed. He looks like he's got the overspeed. He's running on that inside line. Crowley gave it up. Oh, he's done it. No. Simon Edwards. Crowley gave it up early. What about Nichols and Taylor? These are the other two that have been going absolutely stonking at it. It looks like Nichols might get this. Oh, Taylor's sweeping. Go on, son, he's trying. Darrell Taylor, he's pushed him up high. They're going to be no... Oh!
He got it! He got it!
McNichols grabbed it.
Wayne got it. He had to get it. Yeah, he got it.
God, that must have been close.
He got it, though.
Oh, my God, that must have been close. How close was this from McNichols over Taylor?
Couldn't have been more than 100th or so.
Oh, mate, it would have been a nose hair. Absolute nose hair. Oh, let's go back. Go back. Back a little bit more.
Oh, man.
He would have got that by barely anything. As they would have come over the line, that would have been...
Look at this.
How did he even get? Look at that. That was absolutely meteoric, and you would have got that done by literally a nose hair. You can just...
Look at that.
Oh, you can't... Can I... James, try and play with the camera angles. There we go. Oh! Look at that. That's how close that was. From Wayman Nichols and Darrell Taylor. Let's put the camera back. I do wonder how close... Edwards wasn't quite as close as that in the end because he gave it up, didn't he? That was the
Yeah.
thing. He gave the position up, and Edwards made it over the line a lot earlier. But Taylor and McNichol, wow. Stunning. Right, let's bring you up the results. I've been so focused on how close they were, I forgot about this. Right. I don't know. There was a lot going on in that one, Jim. Simon Edwards in your winner with Luke Crowley in second and Seth Brown in third. Jamie Bird in fourth and Wayne McNichols in fifth over Darrell Taylor. Stunning. Absolutely stunning. Michael LeMay in seventh, then Damien G and Robert Woodward. Phil Glover, Paul LeMay, Graham Brown did not finish. Luke Maxwell did not finish, and George Jones, unfortunately, did not take to the to the thingy, to the start. That's what he didn't do.
Yes.
God, blimey. Teeth ain't working, Jim.
I know. That was so intense right there. That last lap was incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. Right, ladies and gentlemen.
I mean, I love what Luke Maxwell. See, I'm a Luke Crowley fan now. I mean, I love what Luke Crowley did there. It didn't work for him, but I think he knew he had to do something because he was a sitting duck. So he gave that a try, and I think in the right circumstance that would have worked. Maybe he didn't get back in the draft quite fast enough, or he lifted a little too much. That was a good plan, though. I like it. It didn't work, but I like it.
Let's go through here as well on the interviews. It is the man that got himself 2 third places. Absolute stonking evening of racing for this man in the famous green and pink machine. We saw it at Daytona, and after a battle with Jamie Bird, who just couldn't handle the heat because it was Seth Brown cooking up a storm. Let's bring him in. He got 2 third places. Seth Brown, welcome in.
That's quite an intro, James. Well done.
Thanks, mate. I like that. You know what I mean? I thought it was quite good. Hey, dude, that was stunning.
Yeah, that was good, wasn't it? I didn't make any mistakes, really. Well, 1 or 2 minor ones. And it's a shame Jamie lost it because that was a good battle. It got very tactical. I couldn't break the toe. So that would have gone on forever, I think, unless one of us had crashed, which unfortunately Jamie lost it. But yeah, good. 2/3, yeah.
Stunning, mate, stunning night. It was like, the thing is, it reminded me of the Chuckle Brothers. Because everybody was in the same position of going to me, to you, to me, to you. Nobody wanted to lead on that final lap.
No.
You guys were in the same boat. It didn't look like, however, Darrell Taylor and Wayne McNichols, they were just going at it absolute hammer and tong behind you. But for you, what is it? Because you had quite a gap, if I remember correctly, in race number 1, where you were bits of time driving around on your own. You've done it again in race number 2, and you've come out 2 third places. Is that just the Seth Brown consistency?
You know what? I'd like to say it's me, but I actually think a lot of other people were a bit slower this week than normal, maybe. I don't know whether people skip practice. I don't know whether I just found a good groove. I can't really say one thing. I just felt comfortable with the car, and it was low wing as well. So, it was very, very slidey. And actually, I was kind of cool with that. I was enjoying it. So lots of sort of drifting out the corners and stuff was good fun.
Yeah, you kind of had to have low wing, really. If you run anything higher than that, you would have been eaten up on the straight on that one. But Seth, listen, dude, absolutely stunning. Great to have you with us up here in the booth. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
I haven't thought about that at all. I will shout out you guys for being awesome broadcasters. Thank you very much.
Yeah, don't watch this one, mate. I got a little bit too excited for my own good.
He was worked up from the first lap of the first race.
Shh, Jim, stop it.
I was waiting for somebody to take that proto line into T1, but nobody did they?
No,
I don't think they did.
They all got a big kicking warning, didn't they, from Graham? He went round with a wiggle stick at the beginning and put out an announcement that said, "Don't do it." So yeah. Great and raving the big pole. But Seth, listen, dude, much pleasure. I'll see you next week, mate. It should be a fun one. We are heading to Phillip Island.
Oh, lovely. I love a bit of Phillip Island. I'm not very good at it, but I do like it.
Well, there you go. That's all that matters. Take care, bud. Have a good one.
Cheers. Bye.
Take care. Right, now which way round am I going to do this? Right, let's have a chat. We'll go for this man first. He went out, he played a little chuckle brother beforehand, lots of Tamise to use through race number 1, and he picked Simon Edwards on the final lap. This time in race number 2, he played a trick, but the trick didn't work. Edwards got him, and he took him late on that run round the tri-oval. Crowley tried to move. Didn't matter. Simon Edwards took the win, but let's bring him in. He took a win. He's taken a second place. Mr. Luke Crowley, welcome into the booth. Luke, welcome in, bud.
Thank you very much, guys. Yeah, he got me at the end, didn't he? I tried. I did what I could. But yeah, he got me.
You can't do anything about that, mate.
No, you can't.
You know what I mean? The only way you would have got held on to that is if you let him through going down, coming through the bus stop, made an accidental mistake or something. You know
Yeah,
what
I thought about that, and I thought, no, that's way too underhanded. Can't do it too. I was already being a tricky guy anyway, because I actually put a high downforce setup on just so I could keep up with Simon through the infield. So that I'd already played tricky stuff. I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So I gave it an honest go, and he came out on top in the feature. So fair play to him.
Yeah, just a little bit too far around the corner, mate, for that old pull out, let him go through tactic, I think, on that one, because he came through at a rate of knots as well, which really didn't help you at all.
Yeah, I know.
But listen, you're still on the top of the championship. You're still, in and around. To be fair, I think that's actually going to nearly have you and Simon drawing, I believe, from the way the points work, going into the next round at Phillip Island. But you got to admit, Daytona was fun.
I mean, Daytona's always fun. It's one of my favorite tracks for this very reason. It's tactical racing, isn't it? I enjoy that sort of stuff. So yeah, and I don't mind Simon winning the feature, to be honest. As much as I'd love to win it myself, I don't mind him winning it. He was faster than me around the track on solo, so it's fair play.
Do you know the thing that made me laugh is I didn't even pick up on you two for about 7 or 8 laps, because once it become Edwards in behind you, nothing was going to change.
No.
You must have known, sat in the car, that he was lifting heavily down the straight.
Oh yeah, he was. The only thing I could do was the race was going on, was try and frustrate him with my slow pace. That was literally it. There was no way he was going to pull past me or anything, especially after I'd done that to him in the sprint. Yeah. So yeah, no chance.
Yeah, we just watched you pull out there as Edwards just gone past you like a rate of knots, unfortunately, there. But listen, Luke, great victory, great second place, mate. Great evening of racing. Heading on to Phillip Island next week. How'd you feel about that?
Phillip Island, I've only really raced there once, so it'll be interesting for me. I think if I can get in the top 5 in one of the races, I'll be quite happy with that. So we'll see. But if I can be up the pointy end, I will do. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Get some practicing, mate. Get some practicing. Yeah. That's all I can suggest.
Definitely.
But listen, dude, well done. Congratulations on your double podium this evening, at least. Anyone you want to shout out before we let you go?
I mean, shout out to Simon, obviously, for holding his own in my slow wake during the feature, and for letting me past on the sprint. So yeah, cheers.
Take care, Luke. Have a good one, bud.
All right, cheers, guys.
Cheers, mate.
See ya.
Right, let's, before I get to the winner, I'm going to have a chat with Mr. Phil Glover here as well before we chat to Simon Edwards. Phil, welcome in, bud. How are you?
Happy Thursday.
Happy Thursday. How's it going?
Okay. I had fun, but it wasn't really my night, was it?
No, you had fun, but you've also had your own little bit of dramas.
Yeah.
What happened in race number 2? Why did you pull in early?
Oh, because I got I had a slowdown that I ran. I think it was through the chicane, and I knew I could get all the way to turn 1, or I thought I could. And in this instance, I didn't, and so it gave me a penalty. And I thought it was going to totally. I thought it had thrown me out. I thought it disqualified me, but when I looked again, it said, "Oh no, you got 16-second penalty." So I thought, "Oh well, by the time we get there, there's no point in rushing around. I'll go in, serve it, and come back out again." Because I do like to finish the race. But
yeah, if you turn everything off on there, that stop and hold would go down to about 2 seconds. Just a little tip: fuel, tyres, windscreen, shield, whatever they call it, and everything, turn it all off, and you get about 2 seconds stop and go. Just a little hint for anybody at home there as well.
Well, it did say I would be holding for 16 seconds. It didn't say, I don't think I had fuel and tyres selected.
Be your windscreen.
Okay.
Pull off. Get rid of all of it.
I never saw some young lady come and clearing it for me.
Yeah, she definitely wouldn't have been a lady, mate. It's Daytona. You would have had a big, burly, butch, butch man. It would have been a Jim Cunningham-esque jumping over the wall at you, ripping it off with manly muscles. So there you go.
Phil, I got a question.
Forward. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
No, so what happened at the start of race 2?
Yeah.
You come flying up there. Looked like you were trying to get a little run on them there, and you got there a little too quick, huh?
Well, I don't think I caused any problems for anybody.
No.
You were just quite early.
Oh yes, I thought I'd got it sussed out, but I didn't, did I?
No, you didn't.
And into turn 1, I don't know, was it like 2, 3, or 4? I don't know, I can't remember. But somebody spun in front of me, and I couldn't go anywhere. I had to wait for them to pull off. So that took me from about 4th, I think, to pretty much last. I think. I'll have to get back at that.
Well,
anyway.
Phil, it's been a pleasure as always there, fella. I'm going to tell you, you're at Phillip Island next week.
Oh, so I do need I was going to ask you, do I need my passport?
Yes, you do. So you are flying to Australia. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go, bud?
Well, I think there was equally out to Simon and Luke. Oh, and Seth. Seth got to third place. Fantastic.
Very did.
So, yeah.
All right, mate. Awesome job. Well, Phil, thanks so much, mate. I'll see you next week at Phillips.
You will.
Take care,
Cheers.
bud.
Bye.
Right, let's bring him in here as well. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, let's have a chat to the man in race 1. Knew he was a sitting duck. He went below the yellow to try and shorten the distance to the finish. Didn't quite make it work. Crowley took the win. Race number 2, the old Wily Fox knew as soon as he was in second, he was lifting. He was lifting for about 8 or 9 laps. He had no intention to take the lead whatsoever until we did on that final lap, on that final corner. But let's welcome him into the booth, Mr. Simon Edwards. Simon, welcome in.
Quack. Yeah.
Mate, you knew you were sitting on the end of race 1.
Yeah, I was just hoping for a freaky, because I had less downforce than Luke. I was just hoping I could just squeak over the line in that first race. I wasn't going to play too much tactics. But the second race, like you say, I was just sat behind. I actually didn't lift because I didn't want the extra fuel at the end. So I was just taking the longest way around the track I possibly could and lifting a little bit when I kept catching him,
Yeah, we jumped on board and listened to you from the run round from Le Mans right the way round to turn 1. And there definitely was some feathering going on and a slight little lift a little bit halfway round and then another lift early going into turn 1. But you kind of had to, because otherwise it was going to be the same as race number 1, right?
Yeah, it was. Luke says he actually added downforce for the race because he knew if he could get in the toe that he could stay, in the twisties. Yeah. Which he could, which I could as well because I know the track really well. So yeah, it was a bit boring, to be honest with you.
Well, it wasn't. To be fair, I got to be honest. I had Wayne McNichol and Darrell Taylor literally going at each other, hammer and tongs. They didn't care about anything. So it was great for us. But going around that final corner, he tried a little cheeky pull-out. But you kind of went past him a little bit faster than I think he was expecting.
Yeah, I mean, I've got a really slippy setup. So I knew if I'd got a proper run, that's why I went a little bit wide before I even ducked in behind him to get the proper toe, so that I could fly past if he did want to try and come back. He got closer than I thought he was going to get, actually. I know it was the 10th, and that's quite a lot for that speed. But yeah, he actually got a bit closer than I thought he would.
Well, it was a great race, and I think going into next week, I got a funny feeling you two are literally going to be near enough tied on points with the swap of sprint and feature points. Phillip Island, Luke's only ever
Love
done
it.
one race there. You've
Oh.
done multiple.
Yeah, I've even raced Oscar Piastri there. Yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. So, are you looking out of the two? Luke said, I'll be happy with a top 5. You know.
Yeah, that's what he's
Yeah, I
saying
know.
now, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, that's dangling the old excuses before we've even got there. You know Phillip Island rather well, right? Are you going to be Simon Edwards taking the kids to school for the night?
It's another one where a setup can make a difference with a bit of careful driving. So yeah, maybe, because I mean I went asymmetric setup here as well, so I had a different left and right side of my car, which made it really nice to drive, really safe. So I think a similar thing might help for T2 and T3 at Phillip Island, and the last turns, of course.
Yeah. Well, it's going to be interesting to see there as well, and look forward to it. Simon, anyone you want to give a shout out to before we let you go?
I was going to give a shout out to Phil. We had a good coaching session yesterday, and his pacing practice was good. And then he got caught up in the T1 accident, I think, didn't he? Which meant he was racing nobody. So that's a pity. So I think he is improving. He's listening.
Yeah, well, they turn around and say that you can't teach an old dog new tricks, and Phil has been improving as the season goes, so it clearly isn't correct.
Yeah, well, you know what it is. It's one old dog teaching another old dog tricks. That's what the what the secret is. I think we speak in Werther's originals.
Yeah, and feet up with a blanket and slippers.
Yeah.
Simon, it's been a pleasure as it always is. Look forward to seeing you at Phillip Island, mate.
Yeah.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Oh, well, there you go, Jim. Happy drivers. Feel a little bit grumpy, but, he's Phil Glover. He'll be all right. He'll move on to the next one, and he'll carry on as normal. But overall, you've got to admit, that was a great evening of racing.
Yeah, I don't know how we enjoy it. I know he said it was a little boring for him up front there, but, man, not for us. That was a great race.
Oh, absolutely. I loved every minute of it. So I don't care what anybody says. It was absolutely amazing as well. Look out for the clips going out tomorrow of this evening's race, as we will get them up online tomorrow. But that's going to bring it in for a close. Now, join us later on for the MSRS Chili Bowl. Right? Chili Bowl. Join us for that, because that is going to be absolutely amazing.
Those little cars are so much fun.
Oh, mate, we're going to have an absolute blast. So there you go, in the Lucas Oil Chili Bowl Nationals with the free dirt micro sprint cars. So come and join us for that later on with myself and Mr. Kenton Sportak on comms for that one. TSLC Top Sprint will be back tomorrow night. They're starting off their new season with the FTR events round 5 will be kicking off with 4 hours of Zandvoort on Saturday. Saturday night we got the NARAS round 12 from Watkins Glen. That again is myself and Dean Biggles. Jack Ashton's Cocoa Beach Championship is back on Sunday as well. Tanzo GR86 is also here. They're round 3 at the Algarve. IGP Super Formula Lights is back again on Sunday night at 9:20 for round 6. They are at Monza. After that, we've got the SR4S round 2 from Monza, Big Boy Series, and then Triple Bypass is back on Sunday night on the US time. That's it from us. So I've been JP. I've been in the booth with Mr. Jim Cunningham, and as always, take care. Have a great week, and you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.